Fanboy97 Journal Entry 1. Oh, how no one understands the dark brooding angst stirring in my loins. I couldn't concentrate in school again today. Thoughts of him distracted me from my composition writing class. How could I possibly worry about the fundamentals of English grammar stuff stupid when there's a tall, sexy devil stalking the spooky nights? I wish he would just stalk me. I know some people would say that I'm a silly pants, that he would devour my soul or drive me to madness. But they don't understand him like I do. I know he would not do this to me, and how could he? I'm like his biggest fan. Oh well, I suppose I'll just have to prove them all wrong. Fanboy97 Journal Entry 2. Woe is me. Must I be alone for all eternity? Doomed to wander the cruel world in my misunderstoodness? I spent the entire afternoon in the cemetery after school today, drawing the secret symbols on each and every tombstone. The circle of darkness with X of also darkness, awaiting for him to run into my arms. I even wore my outfit, my extra special Sailor Moon miniskirt and thigh-high socks. I must have ridden my tricycles around those gravestones 1,000 times before I ran out of high C. How could he not be enticed by me? Am I not enticing? Of course I am. It must have been those fart faces who showed up and interrupted my unholy ritual. They called me names, really mean names that cut in my soul like razors. I try not to cry, but I could not stop myself. If you don't stop, I shouldn't make fun of the black forces that dwell within me. I yelled at them before they started throwing bananas at me. Bananas that cut deeper than any black razors of blackness. I rode my tricycle home as fast as I could. On the way, I checked my Vampire Pikachu watch. It was almost 6 o'clock! My mom must have been worried sick. But then I got home and she gave me some spaghetti. Yummy! Fanboy97 Journal Entry 3. I just took a bubble bath, and now I need to check my emails for the rightful acceptance of my Creepypasta submission. Let's look. Nothing! Anger and other dirty talk! How could it not be posted yet? I submitted it yesterday afternoon. How long do I have to wait for the world to see my spectacular greatness? I know that jerky jerk face administrator is jealous of my uncanny ability to write epic tales of melancholy spookiness. Of course, that's what it is. Nobody could pass up my masterpiece unless they were intimidated. It was called The Grand Adventures of Totally Badass and in no way at all homoerotic, sparkly vampires. It was awesome! I guess I'm just going to have to send that jerk a bunch of emails outlining why he's such a jerk. Then he'll see. Then they'll all see. But it's almost 8 and I need to snuggle into bed next to my Jeff the Killer body pillow and let my dark mind of darkness take me to ultra darkness of dreamland. Fanboy97 Journal Entry 4. I woke up from that dream again. I just had to write it down this time. It was the one where I'm laying there, still in my bed, completely naked, when the wind blows my bedroom window open, and then that beautiful, slender body of his floats in. hovering above me, tempting me with prospects of sweet and sweaty passion. "Come to me, sweet prince," I say to him as he lowers himself gracefully, his black suit stretched tight across his lovely form. "Do you know how long I've been waiting for you?" I asked him. He never says a word. "Oh, and the strong and silent type, aren't you?" I whisper into where his earball should be. "That's okay," I continued in the most seductive voice I can manage. "You don't have to say a thing." I pulled on his necktie, pulling his faceless face against mine. And then we started making out, and it was sexy! And then, after an hour, I whispered back into where his earball should be. "How about you take off that suit and show me what those tentacles can really do?" And when I woke up, my sheets were all sticky. Fanboy97, Journal Entry 5. Oh my god, I don't even know how to explain it, but after that hot sticky dream, I just couldn't go back to sleep. So I just kinda stayed awake and sent 50 complaints to that jerky-faced administrator when I got this sense, you know? A most arousing sense at that. I got this feeling that I just needed to look out my window. And when I did, it was him. Slender Man was watching me from across the street. I knew it was him at once. He's impossible to mistake. The tall, thin body in the most fabulous of suits. He was just standing there motionless, expressionless, beckoning to me. Oh shit! I better get back to the window. He's still out there. I need to press my bare nipples against the glass to keep him interested. I'll come back later to write how it went. Oh god, I feel as giggity as a schoolgirl at the gynecologist. The next day, Officer Stinson is standing at the scene of the crime. His partner, Officer Drake, approaches him with a cup of coffee in each hand. "So what in the hell Nahootanani happened here?" asked Drake, as he glances over the carnage. Up high in a tree, sectioned off by a yellow hazard tape, is the body of a young boy. His torso impaled on one of the many jagged branches. On the ground below him, there are several plastic bags filled with what is assumed to be one of the boy's organs. They include eyes, kidneys, livers, gallbladders, and several fingers. Officer Stinson hands his partner a piece of paper covered in blood. We found this nailed to the tree," says Stinson to Drake. "I think you know what it means." Drake reads the note, each letter spelled out in crimson. "No means no!" Drake reads aloud. "Great googly moogali, not another one of these sickos. Must have been third one this year. And, it does explain why the kid up there is wearing a dress." Officer Stinson looks back up into the tree. The boy is in fact still wearing his Sailor Moon outfit. "Yeah," says Stinson. "We're dealing with one twisted pervert here, alright. We checked this kid's journal earlier this morning. It looked like he was getting ready to try to date rape Slender Man." Drake shakes his head in disgust. Sweet zombie Jesus, these kids these days messing around on the interwebs, thinking that it couldn't happen to them. Then all of a sudden old Slender gets sick and tired of being sexually harassed. Can anyone really blame him for resorting to this? Stephan looks down at his feet with a somber on his face. No, I really don't think so. But we gotta look at it this way. At least for now, we can take comfort in knowing that this nightmare is finally over. Just then, the boy in the tree caused out a spattering of blood. Why? Why don't you love me? He chokes out. Without hesitation, Officer Drake and Stephan pull their sidearms from their holsters, emptying the clips into the whining fanboy. When the dust settles in, Stephan looks back to Drake. Okay, now it's over.